The Grand Hall of the Galactic Council was silent as the human delegation entered. 12 species represented the most powerful military forces in the known universe, gathered to discuss the terms of the newly formed alliance. Commander Jack Wilson led the human contingent, his weathered face betraying nothing of the nervous excitement he felt at humanity's first major interstellar diplomatic mission. "The humans have arrived," announced Diplomatic Officer Trill, her translucent tentacles waving gently. "Let us proceed with the military capability assessment." Wilson nodded. This was the moment that would determine humanity's role in the alliance. Each species was required to demonstrate their military training methods and combat readiness. The Veldarians went first, displaying holographic images of their elite forces leaping across 30-meter gaps between floating platforms. The council members nodded approvingly. The Prux warriors demonstrated their ability to withstand extreme temperatures, their bodies glowing red as they endured heat that would melt steel. Again, impressed murmurs circulated through the chamber. One by one, each species showcased abilities that seemed supernatural to human eyes. Telepathic combat coordination, exoskeletons that could withstand direct energy weapon strikes, warriors who could hold their breath for days while fighting underwater. Finally, it was humanity's turn. "Commander Wilson," Trill addressed him, "please share with us how your species prepares its warriors." Wilson cleared his throat. "With your permission, I'd like to show footage from what we call basic training, the minimum preparation all our military personnel undergo, regardless of their eventual specialization." The council granted permission, and Wilson activated the holographic display. The footage began with young men and women running in formation through mud and rain, carrying heavy packs. "This is the first week," Wilson explained. They'd run approximately 20 kilometers daily, carrying equipment weighing 1/3 of their body mass. A Madurian representative tilted his crystalline head. "For how long do they maintain this pace?" "Continuously for 16 weeks, Wilson replied. Though the distance and weight increased progressively, the alien delegates exchanged glances but said nothing. The footage continued, showing recruits climbing ropes, crawling under barbed wire while live ammunition fired overhead, and swimming fully clothed in turbulent waters. They sleep an average of 4 hours per night during this period. Wilson added casually, "It helps build mental resilience." The Prux war chief leaned forward. "This is specialized training for your elite forces?" "No," Wilson said. "As I mentioned, this is basic training. Every human warrior completes this before their actual specialized training begins." The footage shifted to show recruits in gas masks performing complex tasks while enclosed in chambers filled with irritant chemicals. Then it showed them fasting for days while conducting simulated operations in desert environments. "You deliberately poison your warriors?" asked a horrified Veldarian. "It's controlled exposure," Wilson explained. "Humans can build tolerance to many environmental hazards through gradual exposure." The room had grown very quiet. The final sequence showed night training exercises where recruits performed complex tactical maneuvers in complete darkness, navigating obstacle courses without any assistance. "But how do they see?" asked Trill. "They don't," Wilson replied. "They learn to function effectively without vision." When the footage ended, the silence in the chamber was profound. The alien representatives stared at Wilson with expressions that ranged from disbelief to horror. General Cragg of the Duraxian Empire, whose species was renowned for their brutality in combat, was the first to speak. "Commander Wilson, you claim this is baseline training?" Wilson nodded. "Yes, after this, they begin specialized training for their actual military roles." "What is Earth classified as in galactic terms?" Cragg demanded. Trill consulted her database. "Earth is categorized as a Class 12 death world due to its high gravity, extreme weather patterns, atmospheric composition, and biodiversity with numerous apex predators." Cragg's 4 eyes blinked in sequence. "That explains much." "I'd be happy to share footage of our Special Forces training," Wilson offered, "or perhaps our survival schools where—" "That won't be necessary," Trill interrupted hastily. "I believe the Council has seen enough to make its assessment." Later, as the human delegation was escorted to their quarters, Wilson overheard two Brux warriors speaking in what they thought was a private channel. His translator picked up their conversation. "Did you see their eyes?" the first Rux said. "So flat and dead during those exercises. They're from a deaf world," the second replied. "I've heard stories. They say humans don't feel pain like other species, that they can continue fighting even with grievous injuries. I always thought those were just stories to frighten younglings." Wilson smiled to himself as he walked past them. If they thought basic training was impressive, he could only imagine their reaction to actual combat footage from humanity's long, bloody history of warfare. The next day, humanity was unanimously voted into the alliance with a special designation, Combat Specialists. No one objected. As they left the chamber, Admiral Trill approached Wilson privately. "Commander, a personal question, if I may." "Of course," Wilson replied. "Your people, do they ever fear anything?" Wilson considered this for a moment. "Admiral, humans fear many things, but we've learned something your species haven't had to learn yet." "What's that?" "That the only way past fear is through it." Wilson smiled. "It's just basic training.